This is Ben. Pappy asked me to share this providential POW war story.
The sound that broke the silence. The story of Smitty Harris and the tap code. The cell was small, too small for a man's hope to stretch out in. It was 1965, and Captain Carlyle, Smitty Harris, had just become a prisoner of war. His F-105 Thunderchief had been torn apart by anti-aircraft fire, and now, instead of sky and sunlight, he had four walls, a bucket, and silence. That silence was meant to crush him. At the Hỏa Lò Prison in Hanoi, the guards had rules: no talking, no signaling, no singing, no whispering through the cracks. Men who broke those rules were beaten until they forgot why they'd tried. But Smitty Harris remembered something, a tiny flicker from years earlier, buried in his memory from survival training, an old tap code once used by captured pilots in World War II. It was simple, almost childish, a 5x5 grid of letters with K omitted. 2 sets of taps could spell anything in the English language. He tested it one night. He pressed his knuckles against the damp concrete and tapped, tap, 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 tap. The sound was so small it barely lived, but from the other side of the wall came a pause, and then an answering tap-tap. It worked. The wall had spoken back. From that night on, a quiet rebellion began to spread through the Hanoi Hilton. One cell at a time, one prisoner at a time, the tap code traveled like an underground river. A single rhythmic system became the lifeline of men who were forbidden to speak. They taught it in whispers, with gestures, even with coughs when guards were near. And soon, the prison walls came alive, soft knocks steady and sure, spelling out messages that no captor could silence. God bless you. Stay strong. We're still here. They shared jokes, prayer requests, and names of new prisoners. They even passed along leadership orders, establishing a chain of command without a word. To a man alone in a cell, one faint knock meant, "You are not forgotten." The years dragged on. Some men broke, others held on by a thread. But through it all, the code, this strange, stubborn music of taps, stitched them together like brothers in arms. When the guards beat one man, others heard the dull thud through the walls and tapped encouragement through the pain. When one died, the walls carried the news, followed by a trembling rhythm of mourning. And when Christmas came, even in that place of darkness, the taps became hymns. Men spelled out "Silent Night" and "Peace on Earth." It wasn't much, but it was enough. After nearly 8 years, Smitty Harris walked out of the Hanoi Hilton in 1973, thin and scarred, but unbroken. He came home to Mississippi, to Louise, the wife who had prayed through every one of those silent years, and to a nation that had nearly forgotten the war's prisoners. He didn't come back with medals or speeches. He came back with a story of how faith, friendship, and the rhythm of hope can echo even through concrete walls. In time, his story was told in the book Tap Code, co-written with Louise. And today, new generations of pilots learn that same code in survival training. It's no longer just a pattern of taps. It's a symbol, a heartbeat from the past. Because in that grim Hanoi prison, when everything was stripped away, language, freedom, dignity, one man remembered a code. And with it, he gave hundreds of others their voices back.